All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and dive into this beautiful Moonology series and check the title for the episode number because I do not know. Before we dive into this, y'all, it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading. Now, I know I just said that time and energy are fluid. However, you will notice that I do use time in the sense for chronology and just basically to keep things in order to make it easier for you to follow along. When I do call out date signs and times, I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time. And that is prime example as to why time is really irrelevant, because it will be very different for you depending upon where you are on the globe, right? So use your free will and do your own due diligence if you would like to find out, more directly how it affects you. And anyway, the signs, as I say, affect us all in some shape, form, or fashion, no matter where you are on the planet, right? It's a collective thing. So anyways, just keep that in mind, though, when I do call them out, all right? And then I also use military time, but I will tell you in standard time or whatever it's called. Anyways, keep in mind that these readings are general. Not all may apply to you, which is perfectly okay. Take what does and let the rest fly. It may be a message for someone else. I may not even be talking to you nor about you. I may be talking to or about someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know. Only you know your life, so again, use your free will and discernment to determine that. We also don't subscribe to gender roles over here. You will hear me say he, she, but that's in reference to masculine and or feminine energy. Roles may be reversed, so flip-flop yourself as you need to, and do not force that shoe to fit if it doesn't. I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor them currents hurting because you didn't try to force something that didn't fit. Alright? I am also big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it likely to resonate with your life path number, the day or month you're born, maybe even the house you want to pay particular attention to that's in your natal chart, and that's up to you to figure that out. There are free sites out there for you to do so, okay? At this point, you will likely see the primary decks that we utilize throughout the series. One serves as the header, the other as the finisher. The header is intended to bring forth the overall advice or energy or vibe that we are to discuss. The finisher is intended to give you advice or energy, maybe even prophetic message or word to look forward to, right? The variable throughout this series is the tarot, and for the next few episodes we are utilizing this Muse Tarot here, which is a very beautiful deck. It is intended to clarify whatever the overall message from the header is discussing, okay? And then I've added these two, which is a combination deck, which you'll see it'll make more sense towards the end, because the finisher has crystals, metals, and gemstones that you could likely use throughout this healing process or to handle whatever energy or vibe that you may be experiencing during this time. And they also will bring forth masters, mystics, or even saints that you could possibly call upon or that may be helping you at this time in your life. I don't know. Same here for the crystal mandala, because sometimes I'm not always able to even find said crystals from the finishers within either of the combination deck or this crystal mandala deck. So I utilize both of them, and hopefully we can get what we can get and don't pitch a fit, right? Also, no matter what I'm able to find out of either of the combination deck or the crystal mandala, I do utilize this book here to also bring forth the healing modalities of said crystals. And I love this book. It's a great reference. Another deck that I have added, and it's a fairly new deck, so we are getting used to it being in the family, right? But it's like a sister or cousin or whatever to the header, which here is the Moonology manifestation, and this will maybe give some insight as to maybe the manifestation that you have been working towards, and or unconsciously what your higher self has been trying to get you to see or bring forth, or what they're advising you to do or to focus on, right? Anyway, it'll make more sense as we get into the reading, okay? I believe that's all. So let's get a quick word of prayer before we just dive in, okay? 5:25 on the timer, as I said that. To the Most High, heavenly and divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for this day, for this opportunity. Thank you for waking me up this morning and closing me in my right mind. Thank you for using me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective, straight and clear, no chaser. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the use of the voice, of the tongue, the words, the insight, the clarity, the wisdom. Thank you for the knowledge and the insight, of course. Thank you for the enlightenment. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the blessings. I pray as always that this message uplifts, enlightens, heals, strengthens, touch the soul of those who need to hear it the most. Allow them to see maybe something that they've not seen before, or to see it from a higher perspective, as you always encourage us to do. Please allow it to empower, nurture, nourish, whatever the viewer may need at the time of viewing. And may it play out as I know you will see fit for the utmost and highest good of any and all involved. For all these blessings I come, ask, and give thanks yet again. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Alright, y'all. Without further ado, let's get on into it. Alright, you guys. So let's get some background information here really quickly. Now, the focus of today's video is to discuss this first quarter moon, which is in the sign of Virgo, and it will be coming through on the 7th. Now, we discussed, in case you missed last episode, we are coming off of the new moon energy in the sign of Gemini on the 30th of April, okay? Excuse me, May. Wow. Wow, y'all. That's crazy. Hold on. That's crazy because I don't have slippages of the tongue for nothing. And the new moon on the 30th of April was actually in the sign of Taurus at 1627. And that was a partial solar eclipse. And I mean, that's some powerful energy. So y'all may want to check that out, because we did discuss some heavy Taurus energy even in this last episode that I was really trying to say, which was the new moon in Gemini on the 30th of May. So anyway, but for those of you who it may have to do something with the new moon in Taurus in April on the 30th, Taurus affects the neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. Now, from what I was trying to say about last month, the end of May, new moon Gemini, that comes through at 7:30 a.m., by the way. And 1627 for the Taurus new moon is 4:27 p.m., by the way, okay? But anyways, Gemini new moon is what I'm trying to talk about here. But they keep trying to get me to go back to that Taurus new moon, whatever, either or. But the Gemini new moon is coming through on the 30th of May at 7:30 a.m. is the high vibe time, okay? The moon transits from the new moon in Gemini up to this first quarter moon in Virgo. It transits through Gemini into the sign of Cancer, which that occurs on the 1st at 1:49 a.m. And by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you, Gemini affects the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs, okay? And then Cancer affects the stomach, mucosa, breast, womb, and ovary. And it'll transit from Cancer to Leo on the 3rd at 14:38, okay? And that's 2:38 p.m. And Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation. And then we will arrive into the sign of Virgo, which is powerful, on the 6th at 2:22. And that's still coming through pretty darn heavy, y'all. 2:46 was on the timer as I looked up. But Virgo affects the pancreas, small intestine, and GI, all right? And I just heard, whoa, I don't even know why I heard that. I don't know what y'all doing. But then I also heard Magnum PI. So who used to watch that, or who still watches that? Shoot, I don't know. Okay. And then the following week, following this first quarter moon in Virgo, the moon will transit through the signs of Libra, Scorpio, and Sage in order to get to the full moon, okay? So It will transit from Virgo to Libra on the 8th at 11:23, and that's a.m. And Libra affects the kidney, ureter, bladder, vein, skin, okay? And from Libra to Scorpio on the 10th at 16:41, which is 4:41 p.m. And Scorpio affects the genitals, anus, urethra, prostate, okay? And then from Scorpio to Sage on the 12th at 18:32, which is 6:32 p.m. And Sage affects the liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum, okay? And then of course it will arrive into, or even settle more. It's honestly going to be transitioning from Sage to Cappy on this very day of the full moon on the 14th. The high vibe time in Sage is at 7:51 a.m. and the high vibe time, once it will transition into Cappy, at 18:14, which is 6:14 p.m. Okay, and I already told you who Sage affects, or what area Sage affects. Cappy affects the backbone, joints, knees, skin, and hair. All right, and of course that will be the focus of next week's episode. All right, now this first quarter moon in Virgo, honestly, I'm not even getting too much of any major downloads. I mean, as we all know, or as you should know, it is the sign of overall healing, right? It is one of the powerful earth signs, of course, and Virgos, there's a idea or a sense of attention to detail, and the Virgos are royalty. I mean, any earth sign really is that, because they're the queen and king of the Pentacles, right? So, and I consider Virgo more of the queen of Pentacles. That's just me, but it still can be either. It doesn't really matter. But I'm gathering that it's also like a nurturing energy, like I said, healing, focusing maybe not only on your health, wealth, and finances, but on the home, on your kids or your children, potentially. I feel like there needs to be a balance between that solo dolo hermit energy, because Virgos can also be that 9 of Pentacles for me, and that is that solo energy. But it's something about maybe even balancing home and work life or something like that. And like I said, especially if you have children, balancing your me time along with nurturing and paying attention and healing your children. Could even just be talking about like your inner child, okay, your own self, especially if you don't have children. But it doesn't necessarily just have to be biological either. Anybody in your environment or family who you consider like your kids. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get on into the cards, shall we? All right, and diving into the headers here. Look what has come out yet again. This has come out several times in the weeks past, and I'm telling y'all, it's something on the horizon. It's something really on the rise besides your emotions, as it says right here. But there's something that's really going to have you jumping for joy. Talking about, so I see somebody shouting, I hear somebody shouting. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. This also can come with the advice, though, that, just be careful and don't be overly emotional to where you popping off, on the deep end, on the other end of that spectrum or that polarity, right? Find that middle zone, find that gray area. And it's not to say you shouldn't have to cut your excitement down for nobody. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that, more so on the negative end of that polarity, if you find yourself there, woosah, you know what I'm saying? Bring yourself back down so you don't knock heads off. You know what I mean? But no, I feel like this is vibing on a high level, you know what I'm saying, on a higher frequency where it's just joy, like you've accomplished something that you've set out to manifest. I'm even getting like 7. The number 7 may be important to you, but it's like from 7 years ago. It's almost something like that's what I heard, a Saturnian cycle. So something about 7 years. I'm even getting the world energy. So it could have been even 20, I don't even know, maybe when you were at the age of 21. It could have been 21 years ago. 7 times 3 is 21, right? So it could have even been like something about 3 cycles ago, whether that's moon cycles, months, you know what I'm saying? Because 30 was coming through heavy too in the past couple of episodes. So it very much so can be 3 months, 3 years, or something about even 310, like, because you went through some kind of cycle from the ace to the 10, right? And something about closing out a chapter, but it took 3 times to get it right, some kind of way like that. I don't know, y'all. I have no idea what that means. Only you will know if it resonates with you. But that's what I'm getting. And I've even said with this super moon that this is like all of the major arcana in one. So that's why I be getting that world energy. It's just something about it. So this can be dealing with anyone, all right, or anything for that matter. Somebody jumping for joy though. Somebody's truly jumping for joy. It's beautiful. I love it. Let's move on to the bottom. Oh, see? Woo! You might be dealing with the Aries. We just coming off of, well, let's see, what today? We kind of in that cusp. We getting ready to enter into Gemini season. I mean, excuse me. Listen at me. That's when it's coming through for some of y'all, because I told y'all with that new moon in Gemini. And as we enter, we now at this, technically when the first quarter moon will be in the sign of Virgo, definitely in Gemini season. So it may be, that's probably when it's coming through. I have no idea. It may have something to do with what you were trying to manifest, even with that new moon in Gemini energy. Because I told y'all from the last couple episodes, speak exactly what it is you were trying to manifest in with this new moon energy, and I promise you, it's guaranteed it's gonna happen. When along your timeline, I have no idea. It's going to be different for everybody. For some of y'all, it may be when this full moon is in Aries. For others of you, it may be next Aries season. Or I'm hearing even a new moon in Aries. Something about it. Something about this Aries energy is very, very strong. I love it though. Fiery. This going to be secret lovers is what we are, trying hard to hide the way we feel. What'd he say? Didn't he say something about somebody in love with someone else? Shit, I don't know, baby, but y'all better be careful with that, honey. I can't quite really gather right now. I don't think I'm picking up necessarily on a third party situation. I just feel like, especially talking about this Virgo energy, we tend to keep it on the hush. Don't say a thing. How that song go? You know what I'm saying? We don't be like our business front and center. We don't be telling all our business like that. And that's why I feel like it has more to do with, not that you're necessarily trying to hide this person. It's just the fact that, like I said, you're a little secretive with how you move. But baby, somebody, I like the way you move. Ooh, they want you, honey. I don't know, it might be this Aries, or you saying this to this Aries, or whatever. Whoever you pulling in, because I told y'all it could be anybody. They may be telling you this around this full moon in Aries. I don't know. But I do feel like it's very passionate. Whatever this is, it's going to the next level. Whether it's a relationship, which I'm feeling pretty heavy for most of you, or if it has to do with, speaking of that Virgo energy, just what you do, you know what I'm saying, what you love and enjoy doing for your even health or wealth, you know what I'm saying, whatever, okay, because it very well may just be a family situation too, but it's very emotionally charged. All right. Just be careful too though with that Aries energy. And I'm hearing something about Mars, don't, and I heard rapid fire. Don't move too fast, okay? Don't be too brash, and don't be too short-tempered, because like I said, and that emotions are running high, you especially if you find yourself on that lower negative, vibrational end, bring it on up, baby. Use that passion and all that fire and desire. And that's what I heard too. Is that Tina Marie? I always forget how that song goes. Fire and desire, that's all I keep hearing. Y'all know what I'm trying to sing. Come on, bring it to me. Oh my God. I don't want to waste all day trying to think of the song, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I could just keep hearing, in my fire and desire. I know that's not how it goes. It's definitely a love song. You know what I'm saying? So a romantic song. So anyway, that may be who, you know, they playing this for you. Y'all on a little dinner date. Because I'm also getting sexual healing. Come on through then. Y'all might need that for real. Moving into the tarot. Look at this, boo. Look at this. I can't make it up. I told y'all, you coming, you showing up. And whoever this is, but very much so maybe dealing with a Virgo here. This boss lady, she know what it is. She's confident. She's self-assured. She knows her worth. She doesn't settle for anything less. If you ain't coming correct, don't come at all. Look how she's standing, like I dare you to approach me with anything less than what I deserve. Ta-ta, off with your head. Nah, for real. She is fierce, but grounded at the same time. It's like, it's all of that energy that we just saw in the header that's super passionate and emotional and all that, but it's tamed. You know what I'm saying? But not like withheld. It's just only for the grown and sexy is what I just heard. But like I never even finished that thought about we Virgos, as far as like, we keep our business on the hush, but when we feel like we're ready to give you our time, effort, and attention, you are something special when we decide to do that. So don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, And that's basically where she at. Cause like she knows, like I said, she knows her worth. She done been through enough of the heartache and pain or loss or feeling rejected and all that, this, that, and the other, you know, that we got to grow up and learn. She done did all that. So she knows she ain't never returning back to that. Not no more. Not when she done see, she like, this is her. She's reflecting on her own inner, I was about to say inner reflection and inner child. And she sees that, honey, this is a bad biat. and you a bad, but nah, not in a derogatory fashion, just boss, you know? That's basically what she is. I should say boss B, right? Instead of bad, but I like to look at bad as like that's what it is, the book too. Several of them, but basically you're badass, you know? Act like one in a powerful way, not in a negative way, okay? Y'all know what it is. I don't gotta keep explaining it. Moving on. By the way, she got her bank right, you know what I'm saying? She that's why I said too, in the channeling, just make sure that you are balanced. And I do see, especially with those four roses at the bottom next to her side profile, if you will, that to me signifies that she is balanced and grounded in love, especially in her heart way. You know what I'm saying? With the pink and reds. And she's family oriented as well, right? Because that red rose is very much so bringing that root chakra, you know, and that's first and foremost, right? But anyway, together they make a 4 though, which 4 is all about stability and being grounded and balanced, okay? Especially in your heart way and in your finances. Moving on to the bottom of the deck. Okay, this kind of threw me off a little bit though, because I'm not sure why there's any kind of indecision. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay. I heard somebody had to walk away. Obviously, with this 2 of voices, this talks about some kind of indecision or needing to make a choice, and somebody really is not wanting to or doesn't want to see it, right? It's being intentionally cut off from their vision. And as you see, the 2 female figures in the center, they pretty much got their heads turned. You know what I'm saying? Not only are they blindfolded, but they got their heads turned like they really ain't trying to see it. You know what I'm saying? However, somebody may have been tied up in a situation. Your finances may have been tied up. I feel like many of you, it may more than likely, because I'm just getting heavy relationship vibes, and it could be to do with two potential suitors is what I'm feeling. And I feel like you may have had to walk away from one, or you may have to make the decision to walk away from one. The one who, if you ever feel like your what's the word I'm trying to, your energy, your everything is being drained or sucked, like basically you feel like you in the presence of an energy vampire. And for many of you, it can, you may notice it in a myriad of ways. It may not just be the way you feel necessarily, but that is highly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You may feel drained, tired after dealing with this person or people, right? Your finances may be depleted. You may start losing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff come up missing, misplaced, whatever, what have you. It's an energy of depletion. If that's the way you feel around said person or people, then that should tell you right there, Spirit's trying to show you that's not for you. Okay? And so now I feel like somebody needs to make the decision. You see, she's getting ready to walk towards this new beginning prayerfully. And it's like, that's that emotional fire. That's that super moon energy, right? Through that door. It look like fireworks going off, right? In the background, or through that portal. That's what's welcoming you. That's where you want to go. Or many, need to go. I don't know. Shoot, it could have been an explosion in your past too, is how I'm seeing it. And if you thinking about walking back towards that, hell no. Because then you may notice, let me say it like that, everything that I just said about that energy vampire, your finances, that's how you know that's not for you. Even if you are contemplating going back to it, if you do, which, everybody to each his own, you do what you want to do. But that you may be, it's almost like a karmic cycle that I'm seeing. Because even a little bit, that Queen of Materials is kind of like in that loop, right? But I feel like that is telling you, she was telling you though, to step through that portal, step into your new. Let go of the old, whatever it was that had you tied up and confused, or not seeing things for what they truly are. I have no idea. Because it's like you already know what it is. And for many of you, if you don't already know, this Two of Swords, that's with the indecision. There should never be any confusion. God is not a God of confusion. And I'll be trying to tell y'all, the mind is the battleground, truly. That's where the devil, the enemy, tries to come in to steal, kill, and destroy. So, you have a clear, peaceful, and open mind of the possibilities. There are endless possibilities. You are never stuck, never trapped. This can be self-inflicted, like I said, because somebody just not really wanting to see it at all. Okay? All right, moving on. What I tell y'all? Go through that portal, honey. This is what's at the other side of that door, right? This right here, your abundance, sweet abundance. Now, I'm hearing Bruno Mars. Treasure, that is what you are. Yeah. You're my golden star. And if I can make your wish come true, if you let me treasure you. It was 30 and 33 on the timer as I was saying that. And this is the number 38. Ooh, potentially being an 11. And I'm telling y'all, that portal energy, that new, go through the door. Door to abundance. I heard cornucopia. This is, it's giving me that fall vibes. So I do believe it may be sometime during the fall. We'll see for sure. Maybe October-ish. I don't know. But reap your harvest, honey. You done worked hard for it. It really doesn't even matter when this comes out. But I'm just saying, the Hunter Moon, I do believe, is in the fall. But your abundance, like I done told y'all, with any of them slippages and moons and stuff that I done already said, like the Taurus, the new moon in Taurus, Gemini, and I believe in the past episodes we kept getting the new moon. We got the new moon in Gemini and the new moon in Cappy, I want to say. So it can be any of those, okay? Look how she holding that fox. It's interesting. And I'm almost even getting like Queen of Wands type vibes with this. You may be dealing with a fire sign. For me to say even October though, in the fall, shoot, it could even be a Libra, Scorpio, or Sage. Whoever, whatever, it really doesn't matter. But I'm getting, because I heard even Koi as a fox. It's something about not in a manipulative, like low down, sneaky way, because that's not how you achieve your abundance. It's being strategic, okay? Because I told you, somebody said, I like the way you move. You know, being smart, being calculated, taking a calculated risk. Go for it though. Don't be scared. I think that's what that Two of Swords was out there for. Because some of y'all really, really y'all may be intimidated by this opportunity. Yeah. And you may be tempted to go back to the past because that's what you're used to. But baby, don't do that. I just heard you say, hey, hold on, they ain't playing today. Somebody said had a balls to take a chance and to go for that new. Cut off the past. That's the old timeline, y'all. It's time to get on that new, okay? Look how everybody's looking up to you. Look how those animals are just like in awe of her essence, her beauty. That's beautiful. I love that. And it's like you're surrounded by abundance and you don't even see it. I feel like many of you are now. I said that, I don't even remember which episode now it was, but I said that. It was only maybe like 2 or 3 episodes ago, if that. It's like, it just depends on whatever the episode was. It's something about your perspective. Change your perspective or gain a new perspective or something like that. To see that you've already manifested. We've already manifested so much already. And a lot of us take it for granted because it's like, it's not the picturesque ideal that you made it in your mind. But it's like, but wait a minute, you still living in it. You know what I'm saying? Like God is trying to show you, don't hold on to the expectations you have in your mind because you're missing your blessings, baby. That's what I'm getting. And of course, we'll read these. I forgot to tell y'all in the header, but we'll read these in just a few once we get through them. See? Oh, my. Thank you, Spirit. Look at this. Moving on to the bottom of the deck. Look at this. Just have a little faith in me. That's what Spirit is saying. And just show some gratitude. It's enough to just say thank you. That's why I can't thank them enough. I'm always forever grateful. All the time. If I don't say nothing else when I pray, you best believe I'm thanking them. Just like I said, for waking me up. For not being out here in these streets all willy-nilly and retarded with it. You know what I'm saying? Lord, I'm sorry. That's not the right word. But doing silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? Out of my mind type stuff. No, I'm so grateful for my right mind. So grateful I can see things clearly. So grateful I'm no longer living in the facade or the illusion that had kept me stuck in the past. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's the number 23, which potentially is the number 5. It has taken a lot of growth, a lot of journeying to get here. Your ancestors are just, they want you to see, they want you to know that they are here with you. I believe this came out in that last quarter moon episode, which was in the sign of, who did we do? Hold on, let me look back. Where is it? Pisces, right? Yeah, I think that might have been in that episode. But anyway, you might want to check that out. That's the one that we're just coming off of. And yeah, I believe it was so, because look, it's coming through on the 23rd, which the last quarter moon was on the 22nd. But of course, on the 23rd, we'll still be in that Piscean energy, right? All right. And I'm hearing MJ. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a better place. Let's start giving. I think that's what he said. I need to look that song up because I ain't heard it in so long. And y'all know if you don't, I'll be making up my own words sometimes or remixing it. Shoot. Or maybe that's just how I thought it should go. You know what I'm saying? In my head, how I've always sung it. But whatever. It's something about taking care of your children too in the generations to come. Okay? Being grateful for them. Because you too will be an ancestor one day, potentially. Right? Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Look at here. And again, the last quarter moon. This time it's in the sign of Aquarius. This is the manifestation that you, like I said, either you are trying to work on and or your higher self is encouraging you to focus on. Okay? As it says, reflect on your priorities. And it's funny because I'm sure that's probably like a basket. But at first, that it could, look, whatever. That's just what's coming to mind. I gotta, it's almost reminds me of, which is Aquarian energy, the water barrier, right? Water barrier, whatever it's called. But I got it as a child on top of her head. Anyway, y'all know that's the water barrier though. But I'm just saying, it's almost like even nurture yourself, even though Aquarius is that astute mental clarity and energy, right? King of Swords vibes. I still get water. I always get water energy from coming. She's balancing. She's using the water for healing energy. Yes. And I was getting ready to say that is to help nurture and cleanse yourself inside and out, and especially your inner child. For me to think that that water basket, bowl, whatever, is a child. You know what I mean? Something about it. And I love that the Aquarius symbol, and this is why it be confusing so many people, because I always thought, and the word, it contains the word aqua, right, which is water in Spanish. but the symbol is also like waves, right? I feel like it should have been a water sign. But who am I? Whatever. I also feel like, man, water and nurture yours, like cleanse yourself and really drink a whole lot of water, because we just came off the last episode where you were needing to detox, and I promise you, you're going to need that replenishment. This will help you mentally. That's how you stay clear, Moving on to the bottom. Look what I say. And then here go that Piscean energy. However, now it's the first quarter moon, which we are talking about the first quarter moon. It just in Virgo. It still doesn't matter. It's it's just the vibe, okay? But I'm telling you, I knew that Pisces energy was coming back strong. And this is, some of y'all really truly want to get by water so that you can meditate, cleanse, even heal, get in your emotional center. I don't know, something about getting to your emotions. We got the super moon already, so they're going to be running hot. You're going to need to balance them. You truly are. You truly are. This is something about an axis too. Okay? Something about an axis. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. Because Virgo and Pisces are on the same axis, right? And we're talking about this first quarter moon. It's something about that. It's like honor your shadow side. And I'm even getting that from, because Pisces is our shadow side for Virgos, right? And who would be with Aqua? Is that Aries? Is that who? No, I'm tripping. Who would be with Aqua? Leo, right? Yeah, Leo, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's something about it, though. I don't know, y'all. But let's get to these readings real quick, okay? Writers, beginning with the headers here. Emotions are running high. Supermoon, pages 110 and 111. And I'm telling y'all, there's something about that new with all them ones. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. When you're attuning to the moon, I like to look at these as affirmations. Success is close. I just must trust. Success is close. I just must trust. Additional meanings. The resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. The teaching. A supermoon is the new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the earth during its monthly orbit, an event known as a perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears about 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the queen of emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can't expect your feelings to be more highly charged. Okay? Moving on to A Fiery Climax Approaches, Full Moon in Aries, pages 68 and 69. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much, quote, me, end quote. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Attuning to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. They got that in exclamation after that. It says in parentheses, sorry, but this could be the issue. And then you need to have more fun. The teaching. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. Like I said, don't be so short-tempered. All right, moving on to the finishers. All right, we'll start with the Hunter Moon, number 38, Abundance, pages 92 and 93. Take advantage of this time of abundance. It is all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you. There is enough for everyone. The affirmation. I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. The Hunter Moon is the traditional moon of plenty. It was when game was at its most plentiful, so the people would not go hungry. The moon was large and bright in the sky, and in some cases deep orange, and there was a great deal of light to go hunting well into the evening. Our ancient ancestors couldn't just go off to the supermarket to buy what they needed to eat. Meat didn't come on trays wrapped in plastic. Eggs were gathered. Warm clothing was made from skins of the same animals that were hunted for meat. Nothing was wasted. This abundance was part of a cycle just like any other. It wasn't present all the time, so this time of the year was to be taken advantage of while the going was good. The barrenness of winter would soon return. Hunters had to be prepared. They had to have their weapons ready and their tracking skills honed. As modern people, we are less used to these natural cycles of plenty and barrenness because most of us have stepped away from growing food and the natural environment. However, these cycles are still there, even if we are not a part of them consciously. This moon normally rises in October in the northern hemisphere, and so was before the winter snows. The companion stone or metal is citrine. And that will bring you that abundance, honey. That's a powerful crystal, which we'll get into in a few. All right, moving on to last quarter moon 23, pages 62 and 63. Gratitude. Be where you are and be thankful. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. The affirmation. I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. As we enter the last quarter moon on the lunar cycle, the energies begin to turn towards surrender and release. to let go of what we no longer need. It behooves us to pay attention to what we have right now, both positive and negative. This attention paying and focus allows us to wisely discern and to be grateful for all of it. Yes, all of it. Because the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now, it already happened, and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going in what we... Okay, so this always trips me up, but in parentheses they have waxing crescent 4 and the dark moon are just sort that for you. And I'm not sure, I'll have to look up the dark moon, but waxing crescent 4 actually would be in the sign. Wow. So on waxing crescent 4, when the moon is in waxing crescent 4 this month, it'll be on the 3rd of June, when the moon transits from Cancer to Leo. Okay, and I told you it will be at 14:38, which is 2:38 p.m. Okay. It was something else I was going to say. Let's see. Let me look up the dark moon real quick. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so the dark moon is the first card, the number 1 card, and it's actually the void in this deck. Okay, and the affirmation for it says, "I freely release what I no longer need." I love that. I freely release what I no longer need. Mind you, it's on pages 17 and 18, and then the stone or metal, which I'm not going to get into, but just so you know, it's jet. Okay, so which I believe is like a negativity blocker, right? And it absorbs that negative energy to help release it from you. It's almost like in the same thing as black tourmaline and onyx and all that, right? All right, so it's saying, and so you may want to utilize that, but because it's saying the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now, it already happened, and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going, and what we have left is the good stuff. And frankly, most of it is going to be great. So that waxing crescent 4, which, like I said, even before we get to this first quarter moon, I'm so sorry, y'all. Yeah, no, I said that right. Okay. Yeah, the waxing crescent 4 will be in the signs of Cancer transitioning into Leo. Okay. All right. And I said something about that axis even with Aqua, right? In the manifestation cards, whatever. We're going to get to it. Taking some time out on this moon to list a few things you feel grateful for will raise your vibrations and banish any resistance you have to ditching old, outmoded patterns. Doing this also turns your powerful focus away from a story you may have started to believe of, quote, everything going wrong, end quote, or that, quote, life does terrible things to you, end quote. Gratitude is a balancer. In fact, it normally tips the scales to the positive. Come through, Libra. Come through. And that's why I kind of, just a second, I thought I might have told y'all wrong, but we would, after, like the day after on the 8th, we would transit from Virgo to Libra at 11:23. So that may be important to you, okay? Speaking of those scales and Libra energy. All right. The companion stone or metal is ocean jasper, and this is beautiful. We'll get to it in a moment, okay? All right. Let's move on to the manifestation oracle and see what they have to tell you before we get to the crystals. All right. So, beginning with the last quarter moon in Aqua. Reflect on your priorities. Drawing this card, pages 126 and 127. Drawing this card suggests it's time to be more grounded and work out what really matters to you. Once you're clear about your priorities, you can start to allot time, energy, and focus to them. What I say, y'all? If you want to create something solid, it takes a mix of good ideas and practical work. The most important thing to work out now is what's really important to you and whether you're living your life in accordance with that. If not, this card is a nudge to make changes so you can achieve what you want. Like I said in that Virgo energy, once we have decided to give you our time, effort, and attention, it's something special. Know that. All right? Don't take it lightly. Manifesting mix. Here we have an energy that's modern and cool, and another that's rustic and real. Never the twain shall meet. Manifesting mindset. Once you know your priorities, it becomes possible for you to work out where to focus your attention in terms of your life and your manifesting. Manifesting magic. These crystals work especially well for the sign of for aqua, okay? Hematite, bloodstone, orange calcite, jasper, which we're going to get into in a minute, blue apatite, or amethyst, okay? That's quite a few. Choose one and hold it while you meditate, visualizing a vibrant pink-orange light swirling around you. Alternatively, keep your crystal close by as you work through your situation, or use 5 or 6 to make a crystal grid. And your manifestation affirmation: I don't need anything, but some things I want. I love that. I don't need anything, but some things I want. When to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Aquarius on a Saturday, which is Saturn's day. Didn't I say something about Saturn anyway? Or during Saturn's hour, and I'll get to that in a minute. The last quarter moon in Aquarius takes place when the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Aquarius. It knows that living lightly is a good thing, but still, the ties they bind. And we are likely getting ready to approach this last quarter moon in Aquarius, because I told y'all we actually know, I should say at the time of filming we are, because by the time you see this, we likely would have passed the last quarter moon in Aqua, actually. Okay? Alright, moving on to the bottom of the deck. First quarter moon in Pisces, pages 76 and 77. Manifestations, y'all, with them 7s. Honor your feelings. Are you putting on a good front, acting like you're bright and breezy, but hiding your real feelings, rather than acting as though everything is fine? I laugh because they brought that secret lovers 3:23 on the timer. Trying hard to hide the way you feel. Anyway, rather than acting as though everything is fine, if you're worried about certain issues, it's best to deal with them. Avoid getting so wrapped up in your feelings that you overwhelm yourself and everyone else involved in the situation. If you deny your feelings, you'll go nowhere fast with your manifesting. Because it takes that emotional power to put behind it, right? That heartfelt energy, quite literally. Look at the big picture and use your intuition. Avoid blowing an upset out of proportion. Like I told y'all with that supermoon and that Aries energy, don't go off the deep end, okay? Manifesting mix. As admirable as it is to live a cheerful and happy-go-lucky life, this card suggests you need to make sure you're not ignoring your emotions. Manifesting mindset. You're being asked to feel all your feelings. Making light of your emotions now isn't recommended. Remember, we create with our emotions, like I just got through saying. Tune into your manifesting powers. The crown chakra, Sahasrara, I guess that's how you say it, I don't know, y'all, is located at the top of your head, and its color is majestic violet. This chakra connects you with Source and helps you to find direction when you need it. Imagine bathing in a column of radiant violet light and just breathe. Hold this card to your crown and call in its energies with this incantation. And like I be telling y'all, especially when we get to the crystal mandala, you do not have to have the deck, the cards, none of that. Just envision the card or its energy at whatever chakra they're telling you and go with it, okay? And I quote, energies of the first quarter moon in Pisces, thank you for showing me that I am divine. Energies of the first quarter moon in Pisces, thank you for showing me that I am divine. And again, one more time for the divine. Energies of the first quarter moon in Pisces, thank you for showing me that I am divine. And when to manifest your magic, it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Pisces on a Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, or during Jupiter's hour, which we'll get to in a minute. The first quarter moon in Pisces takes place when the sun is in Sag and the moon is in Pisces. It knows that the divine is in us and around us, okay? Now, let me get to try to explain this. And again, if I remember, I will try to link the website to help, because I know this will really be confusing and not everybody's going to get it. But anyway, it says to work out the planetary hours for any given day, you need to calculate the length of time between sunrise and sunset. Turn that number into minutes and then divide it by 12. This is the length of each daytime planetary hour on that day. And then it says, note, they're not always 60-minute hours, okay? And then, of course, to calculate the nighttime, you would just flip that as far as sunset to sunrise, and then do everything else they just said. So, but we're talking about day hours, right? So the planet ruling the day of the week also rules the first hour of daylight on any given day. So, for example, we just got through talking about Pisces and Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, right? So take that for example. The planetary hours then cycle through in this Chaldean order. So Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon until the next day's sunrise. Okay? Then it all begins over again, starting with the planet that rules that day. Okay? So then you would go to the next day, which is Friday, I believe, or, whatever other day that you're interested in, and do the same thing, but start with that planet for the first hour and then cycle through. Okay? So since we said Pisces is Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, we would calculate however many hours from sunrise to sunset, put it in minutes, divide by 12, right? And start with Jupiter. And then go from Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and then Saturn, right? Okay, I think y'all got it. But anyway, she says, as this is quite complex, I've created a tutorial about using planetary hours for anyone who wants to delve deeper, and you can find it at www.moonmessages.com/planetary hours. Okay, all right, moving on. All right, guys, so I wasn't able to find any of the crystals within the combo deck, but here we have what I could find from the crystal mandala deck. And we will begin with Ocean Jasper and Goddess Gaia, Mother Earth, yeah? The number 45, potentially being a 9, may be important to you, okay? Obviously it says Goodwill. I don't know why I always hear Goodwill Hunting. I don't even think I need to look that up. Ain't that a movie? I need to look that up, make sure I done seen it. Even the number 8 may be important to you, as you see the 888s at the bottom. I do feel like this is balanced. This is bringing me, even though it's talking about Gaia, Mother Earth Gaia, it's still giving me that triple moon goddess vibe and beautiful balanced energy. Maybe something even with the number 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh yeah, 6 and even 16. Even the number 3, as I said, with the triple moon. Feathers may become very important to you, especially if you start to find white feathers. That's your angels saying hello. You're on the right path. They're leading and guiding you. Pay attention to the signs, whatever signs, not only just feathers, whatever signs you may be receiving. Jasper in and of itself is a beautiful, beneficial crystal for healing. For overall healing, that is too, by the way. For some of you, some of those numbers that I mentioned, especially 3, 4, 5, 6, that's like speaking to me of that solar plexus all the way through to your brow, to the 6th chakra, even up to the crown, because we got that aqua energy, right? And I am getting that violet energy even out of this, I heard whirlwind, but this world energy here. But yeah, it's powerful, y'all, if you want to use it. And like I said, I'll get to it once I get to the reading out of the book of even more benefits or ailments it could potentially help you with. I do know this will help you through detoxifying, if that is what you need. Like it said, with releasing old, outmoded beliefs and whatever else. Okay. I will go ahead and get into this reading because these can be rather lengthy, honey. I don't think there's anything else coming through. Some of you may be receiving some insight or download or something about awareness I heard. Okay, maybe trying to come through, but I feel like it's something or someone may be blocking it, intentionally or not, right? Because I told y'all even from the get-go in that 2 of Swords, this may be you. just not really wanting to see it, not allowing it to come through by being blocked off mentally, right? Not saying what it is you need to say or speaking your truth. Something about that too. I don't know. But anyways, pages, look at this, 199 through 201. Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper. We bring you the empowerment of goodwill. There is a type of spiritual power you can co-create which benefits and protects you whilst mutually empowering others to take their journey and experience divine success. This spiritual power, known as goodwill, is generated by how you feel inside and the attitude you cultivate towards others. When you know you have value, it is easy to, that Queen of Pentacles, right? When you know you have value, it is easy to recognize the value in another. When you feel encouraged by the universe, it is easy to encourage others. As you put out support, encouragement, and goodwill for the successes of all beings, this energy is amplified and returned to you. That good karma. When you feel peace within, it's easier to recognize that you have a place in the world and a destiny no person can take away from you. And when you recognize that, it's easier to know that others also have their own place destined for them alone. This removes fear and competition and allows you to become an encourager. An encourager is a person who generates goodwill. They are not afraid of missing out. They believe in their own destiny and operate within a field of abundance. That is so powerful. My God, my God. And oh my God. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I'm tripping. I thought I didn't read to you from the finishers, but we just came off of that. Did I? Yes, I did. We just came off that energy of abundance, right? Ain't this where this came from, by the way? Oh my, hold on, y'all. Hold on for a second. Let me double check that because I really don't forgot that fast. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh no, this came from the gratitude. Either way, it's like they all go hand in hand. So show gratitude for that abundance. But y'all already know we got the abundance card. Same difference, right? Anyways, they trust that their rightful divine inheritance will be bestowed upon them according to a loving and generous divine intelligence. They trust that all people can receive without causing harm or diminishment to any other. They believe in win-win situations and know the only way humanity can evolve is together, so they want others to succeed. They are happy to be at the cosmic traffic light, so to speak, and allow the others who have a green light to go first. They know their time for a green light will come in due course, and so it shall be for all taking a journey on the divine highway of life. Goodwill that is cultivated by individuals becomes part of a collective field. It is the psychic equivalent of a group of angels, perhaps with cheerleader pom-poms, waiting in the sidelines until someone needs help. They then burst forward with unparalleled enthusiasm to rally the person's spirits and boost their confidence. If you have ever attended a sporting game with the cheer squad in attendance, you'll know just how effective encouragement can be for the teammates in the game to tap into their strength of will and refuse to give up. The stronger that field of goodwill, created on a day-to-day basis by individuals, the more encouragement is available to whomever needs it, whenever they need it. It is very real, although the prospect of angelic cheerleaders might be amusing. The energy of goodwill has the power to reach into another person's life and turn desperation into determination. It is a force worth cultivating in our world by simply wishing each person well and being an encourager because of this alone. However, there is a further benefit to goodwill. For those who consciously cultivate it, it becomes a protective field against ill-wishing, which is the opposite of goodwill. Ill-wishing and curses are fear-based energies which are either repelled by goodwill or absorbed and transformed by it. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You don't have to interact or react with those energies or even pay them much attention at all, if any. You just need to focus on how good you feel within yourself when you want everybody to win at their spiritual game of life. I love that. You'll get encouragement back when you need it. And of course, as you say to the universe, quote, I want everyone to win. End quote. The universe says to you, quote, I want you to win. End quote. So the healing process. To integrate this guidance, you may like to say this invocation now. I call upon the crystal angel of Ocean Jasper and Goddess Gaia who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing empowerment of goodwill. May all hearts be uplifted by the generous grace of goodwill. May divine success, inclusive of all living beings, unfold through the intervention, power, and joy of unconditional love. Love wins. Love always wins. through divine love and my own free will, so be it. If you wish to further integrate this guidance, hold the oracle card with the mandala image facing outwards at the thymus chakra, which is your throat chakra, okay? At the upper half of your chest between the heart and the throat. Relax and breathe in and out several times, then say aloud, I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to forgive, detach, and release from any ill wishing. I now enter wholly and completely into the field of goodwill. May all beings be happy and free. May love prosper in the hearts of all. Through divine empowerment and unconditional love, so be it. Hold the oracle card flat between your palms so you can place your hands in prayer position with the oracle card between them. Bow your head and say, May divine love bring goodwill to humanity and between all beings, according to divine grace and in service to the divine feminine wisdom evolving through humanity at this time, so be it. You can finish your healing process with this affirmation said aloud 3 times. I win. Love wins. Every soul wins. I win. Love wins. Every soul wins. And one more time for the divine. I win. Love wins. Every soul wins. All right. Moving on. Ooh-wee. Look at this beauty. I don't know, this just does something to me, y'all. There's something about this citrine, and maybe it's just the mastery of it with the number 33. And then look at the bottom with all them threes. I just can't. I just can't. That's, for me, that's a personal angel number. That is very special. But look it up, man. All them threes, that is so powerful. And what is that? That's 9. So it's a 6. I mean, technically we don't reduce master numbers, but still, with all those threes, it holds the power of 6 and 9, to be quite honest. Ooh, 69 may be in a number for some of you. I don't know, but whatever. I ain't going there. Y'all trying to get a little sexy. Oh, yeah. But nah, go and get that solar plexus popping. That's exactly what this is so beneficial for. This too is that that attraction, you know, that manifester. This is a major, beautiful crystal for manifestation. It's also one for detoxing as well. You can even put this in your water, y'all, and watch how that water just heals you. I told y'all might want to get by water, drink that doggone water, stay hydrated, okay? Replenish yourself, nurture yourself. Ooh-wee. Work on what you truly want and what is real to you and true to you, okay? Not what you think you're supposed to be manifesting or whatever. What is it that you truly desire? What pulls at your loins? You understand what I'm saying? Not ego-driven either, because that can get you mucked up. So be careful. That's something with the number, I already told y'all too, is something with the number 8. It's coming through heavy again. And I'm telling you, I feel like it's just that Leo energy, because, you know, Leo to me is not only does it affect the heart, but it's also that solar plexus chakra to me, you know. Yeah. All right. I feel like something passionate is trying to be created or even manifested, and I feel like you're gonna feel like it said with that super moon, and even that passionate, that fiery Aries energy. Again, just be careful with all that, because this is power packed and emotionally charged. Okay, so just try to find yourself, if nothing else, in that gray zone or on the higher vibe side, right? It's okay to be ecstatic, you know. You can, I heard somebody say just don't be so dramatic, but you can be dramatic too, shoot, especially if you're excited, but I feel like that's more so on the negative vibe of dramatic, right? Anyway. Okay, I was just trying to make sure nothing else was coming through. Let's go ahead and get into this reading, pages 152 through 155. Ascended Master Helios and Citrine, your time to shine, boo-boo kids. We bring you the blessings of your time to shine. On the divine path, you gain empowerment through surrender and alignment with divine consciousness greater than your own. As you choose to surrender into higher consciousness through prayer and intention, you are held in the field of divine protection. You also gain strength, wisdom, and understanding. You release fear and gain love's power. You become increasingly radiant, discovering more of your own divine identity. At some point on your path, whilst this is always happening for you on the inner planes, you will be ready to perform a similar function on the outer planes in the world of forms. This is when you will be asked to bravely shine your light to help those in need, perhaps lost or in darkness of some sort in the physical world. And I'm telling you, for many of you, and I'm getting it heavy, especially talking about this Leo energy and that solar plexus chakra, but it's and the inner child really. If it's not literally your children, it's somebody, it's a group of kids, somebody younger than you. You know what I'm saying? That you may be mentoring or, just having to help show the way. It could even be for many. I'm hearing now. For many of you, it could even be, or for some of you, excuse me, it could be foster kids or some kids that are in the system, some kind of way. You may be a big brother, big sister, or like I said, a mentor, or I hear guidance counselor, or a teacher, or something where you are in a position of authority over this group of kids. Okay, don't take it lightly. I'm trying to tell you, you have some power. You were put in that position for a reason. Okay. So it's your time to shine. You do not stand alone, and yet you will at times feel as though you are the lone lighthouse shining truth for those lost in the stormy sea of darkness who need help to find their way safely to shore. You cannot fulfill this spiritual task if you lift your lighthouse self off the rocks and go in search of a sunny day. For the lighthouse to be able to assist those in need, it must be present and luminous within the darkness. Wow. That's no coincidence that I'd added my little saying to the readings. They guide me on purpose. You know what I'm saying? You must trust during this time that you have enough light within your heart from your own powerful inner connection to the divine light of love to sustain you as you shine bright through the night. If you sense that there is much pain and suffering around you, do not become afraid. You are fulfilling a spiritual task to help those who are lost. I'm telling you, you put there for a reason, okay? It says you are the lighthouse shining in the darkness. During this sort of spiritual task, where you are exposed to darkness so you can bring your light there, you will be assisted by many unconditionally loving beings in the spiritual worlds. This is why you are not alone. You will feel you will feel comfort, connection, and perhaps be surprised that although your mind may struggle with isolation at times, wow, that's what that Two of Swords is, your heart will still feel deeply connected to spirit. Often during such a task, your spiritual connection becomes even stronger because it has to, so you feel sustained. There may be times when you wish there were others who could see things as you do. It's as if you are a black sheep or a lone wolf trying to share the language of love that those around you don't seem to understand. Yet this is how you know your light is being put to service by the divine plan. During this time, you will earn your spiritual stripes, so to speak. You will learn how to bring yourself back to your inner truth again and again. You will be the, quote, man on the ground, end quote. I be telling y'all, frontliners, welcome. Wilt's spiritual headquarters keep an eye on what's happening in the divine playground. And that is, in parentheses, they say, which sometimes feels more like a battlefield, I'm telling you, of Mother Earth, okay? So the line reads, you will be the, quote, man on the ground, end quote. Wilt's spiritual headquarters keep an eye on what's happening in the divine playground of Mother Earth, okay? You will be strengthened and guided by the divine as you offer yourself as a powerful player for the team of love to manifest its helping hand in the world. You must acknowledge not only how much you are supported, but also your own courage, commitment, and conviction to be able to take on this task. It means a lot to many hearts. Your work has value, and your dedication is noted by the spiritual world. In fact, you were chosen for this task because of the compassion, love, brightness, and power of your spirit. There will be a time when the way you serve love will change. The divine baton in the sacred relay of healers' souls helping others in the world will pass from your soul to the next in line to fulfill this sacred task. That's what I was gathering out of that gratitude. Like I said, one day you will be an ancestor, and you need to pass this on to the children in your family, even if it's not just your biological kids, right? Your divine task will change, and your experience of life shall also. Whether you think of yourself as a healer or not, know that at a deep and true level, your light, attitude, strength, and heart are an inspiration to many. Even if you don't consciously realize this, know you have the power of love and light within you. Even if you feel the waves of the storm wash over you at times, and you yearn for the end of the dark night, for the rising of the sun to mark the dawn of your new day, the power of that sun shines true and constant in you always. It is only a matter of time before the night becomes the dawn, and whilst you and others are in the darkness before that dawn, your light is shining bright. Shine bright like a diamond. I always get that. Come through, Rihanna. Alright, the healing process. To integrate this guidance, you may like to say this invocation now. I call upon the crystal angel of citrine and ascended master Helios, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of my time to shine. May my light be self-perpetuating, shining the truth of love I can feel in my heart, and that is felt in the hearts of all that need encouragement in their dark night to be brave enough to stay true until the dawn breaks. May peace, hope, optimism, and joy fill me through my spiritual connection and radiate out into the world. May all beings who struggle, suffer, feel lost and afraid be warned by love and uplifted by the light. Through unconditional love, divine compassion, and my own free will, so be it. If you wish to further integrate this guidance, hold the oracle card with the mandala image facing inwards at your solar plexus chakra, which is over your abdominal area. Relax and breathe in and out several times, then say aloud, I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to release doubt in myself and in spirit and any associated belief system. I believe in my divine connection, and I honor the strength of my spirit. As I shine my truth here in the world with joy, with peace, with creativity, and with happiness, I bring comfort to many souls in need. May divine comfort, reassurance, and light reach into the hearts, minds, and souls of all living beings. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Hold the oracle card flat between your palms so you can place your hands in prayer position with the oracle card between them. Bow your head and say, May divine love bring light to the darkness and hope to the lost. May all beings receive the light of love without fear, according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. And you can finish your healing process with this affirmation said aloud 3 times. I shine my truth, radiant with divine compassion, bringing light into darkness. I shine my truth, radiant with divine compassion, bringing light into darkness. One more time for the divine. I shine my truth, radiant with divine compassion, bringing light into darkness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alrighty, y'all. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. It feels beautiful, though. Let me get on and find the crystals in the book, and we'll get to that and finish up here. Alright, you guys. So I guess we'll begin with Jasper. Or Ocean Jasper, excuse me. But I want to read you Jasper in and of itself, and then we'll get into the specific. So page 66, that beautiful, balanced, loving energy. A variety of opaque chalcedony that may be red, yellow, green, brown, blue, and purple, sometimes with mixed colors and patterns, including mookaite, orbicular jasper, brecciated jasper, starry jasper with pyrite inclusions, and picture jasper. Astrologically associated with Leo, told you I kept getting the Leo energy heavy. Chakra is good for the base. It says see also specific jaspers, but this is just jasper in general, okay? Healing qualities, it's good for dowsing and diagnosis, helps you achieve goals. Physically, it helps prevent illness and acts as a general tonic when you are feeling down with minor illness. Good for the nerves, bladder, spleen, stomach, kidneys, liver, bile ducts, mineral balance, and sense of smell. Helps bronchitis, backache, cramps, wind pains, colds, flu, jaundice, and multiple sclerosis. Useful during fasting. Emotionally and spiritually, it helps loneliness and keeps your spirits up. Good for yin-yang balance in the aura. And let's go to page 49 for orbicular jasper. 49. A green, brown, and creamy variety of opaque chalcedony, characterized by small circular patterns. Astrologically associated with Cappy. Oh, by the way, this and this is how I found this out, and I said I would never forget it now, but common alternate names is sea jasper and ocean jasper. Okay, now astrologically associated with Cappy, great for the heart chakra. Healing qualities include good for responsibility and patience. Physically, it's good for digestion, detoxing, and the prevention of dis-ease. Emotionally and spiritually, it's good for meditation and circular breathing. It helps emotional stress. Okay, because y'all gonna need that. I'm telling y'all, with that supermoon and that Aries energy, some of y'all really may want to utilize this. Go ahead and get you some. Moving on to citrine, y'all. And it's got quite a few pages, but the first few pages really are just like general information. But let me see here. I just lost it. 18, 26, 30, and 41. So from page 18 for citrine, it's crystals for your special space. That's what it falls under. And it says citrine. This encourages fun, happiness, and joy. And I'm telling y'all, it's like the sign. Listen, I was about to say for Leo, like it said, but I was trying to say crystal for the inner child. You know what I'm saying? That childlike innocence and just carefree and joy, right? That's why it's great for that solar plexus chakra. Okay. And then, what I said, 1826. So this falls under crystals for 7 chakras. And of course, it, as we know, it's great for the solar plexus chakra. Its association with personal power, emotional control, which is very beneficial, and physical center, right? With that supermoon, that's why it keep coming up. All right. And then, what did I say? 30 and 41. So on page 30, it says citrine for moving home. If you're having problems selling a property, display citrine to attract a buyer. Okay. It says to sell your house. If you're having trouble selling your home, display a large citrine crystal geode or cluster in your hallway or your living room. Alternatively, you can place a small citrine crystal in each room of your home. When you do this, interest in your property viewings and offers suddenly increase. Okay? All right, now 41, which is likely the main page. And of course, it falls under the yellow grouping of crystals. And it reads, a yellow, golden, or lemon variety of quartz. The color is due to heat from volcanic and other earth activity. That's where that it's also taking me back to the, what do we just have? The ocean jasper in that world, the goodwill card, because I told you I get the world energy out of that. Anyway, astrologically associated with Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Libra. Great for the solar plexus. Healing qualities, it's a, quote, money stone, end quote, that brings abundance and wealth. Good for decision making, learning, teaching, studying, creativity, awareness, writing, problem solving, and new beginnings. Also a, quote, feel better, end quote, stone. It helps to sell houses. Physically, it's good for the digestive system and all related disorders. And that's powerful because what did we say Virgo affects? The GI, yeah, small intestine and GI. All right. Also good for eyesight and the heart, kidneys, thyroid, thymus, and liver. Helps tissue regeneration, anemia, jaundice, nausea, vomiting, and detoxing. What I just said about thyroid and thymus and all that, they were telling me with the throat chakra or with that Taurus energy, because didn't I have a slip and say something about new moon and Taurus? So some of y'all may want to use it with that if you so choose. Emotionally or spiritually, it's good for relationships, self-esteem, oral work, and getting rid of emotional toxins. Y'all gonna need that supermoon and that fiery climax. It helps anger and yin-yang balance. I love it. I love it. I love it. I receive that, spirit. Thank you so very much. I'm telling you, y'all, they never make mistakes. They always amaze me in how it comes out. And it's powerful because I really had no idea how this reading was going to go. Even starting. You know, I never really have an idea, but the fact that I really didn't have anything much to channel that was already kind of channeling or coming in for you is really interesting. But it still all coincides, and I love how they give it to me, you know. And I pray that it makes sense. I try to keep it cohesive as possible, but you know, sometimes it can be just a jumble of words or symbols or whatever, that it's like, okay, now I got to find a way to put it to you so you understand. You know what I mean? Like what I'm seeing and feeling. But anyway, that's what I have. I'm going to leave it there. If it resonates with you, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, but especially in including yourself, though. And I pray that's what you're here for. Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for doing so. It truly helps, and I very much so appreciate it. If you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box. If not, please take care, and I love you, love you, love you anyway. There are also other videos and things of that nature if you are looking for something different. For instance, pick a card, zodiac readings, whatever, what have you, okay? Check out the playlist on my channel. Until the next one, y'all, please be easy. Don't forget your love and light, because it truly makes everything all right. Deuces.